Alright, just give you a quick update. So we're working on this JC Higgins lantern. See if we can just model. What does that say? 710. So model 710. Anyway, this thing was really nasty when I got it. It stunk to high hell from rotten gasoline. So I got this thing, had torn it apart. We soaked it in simple green to try to go and just initially get as much of the stink and the junk off it. Soaked it a little bit more, scrubbing a little bit, rinsed it off, and then we hit it up with some muriatic acid. So it's like, I've since hit it with some, I gotta straighten that a little bit, but a little bit of steel wool, and got this all cleaned up here. I'm not going to remove the set screw because I'm going to leave the adjustment the way it is. I didn't change anything. I'm not going to pound that out. I'm just going to leave it. The only thing I'll do is I'll straighten it so it's level when we put it together. It's going straight ahead. All these pieces, we checked that this the needle moves up and down in here. It opens and closes, so that works. Got it cleaned. It's an air tube, so it's all clean. Air box, and all these other parts. Pump works. Gas generator. You can see the pricker barely. Right there, so everything moves, so it's clean. So all these parts are clean. This is a painted part, so it's not getting polished out. You can see the blue on it, so it'll get painted. The paint's going to show up Sunday. I don't know. I don't have anything. I'll see if I got something I can just touch that up a little bit. So unfortunately, the tank had a couple of pinholes, and you can see them by where the epoxy is dripped through right there. I do that on purpose. I make sure that trying to get it right, that all the epoxy rolls downhill. I poured out all the excess and then put it that way, so that way the back here on the bottom floor isn't pulled up with epoxy, or else it's going to break. It's going to break this tube right here. I've done it before. I don't want to do it again. I did it on a camp plate, which is the exact, literally the same lantern, almost identical. Everything identical. Air tube assembly, this thing, every particular piece right here. This thing was stuck. We got this thing out. I had to use a little impact on it. And we got it out, cleaned it all up, so it's working good. It's stuck now. Oh, it's because that thing's in there. Yeah, it's all good. So yeah, that's kind of the plan here. This will dry for tomorrow. It'll all be set. So once it's all set, we'll remove the we've got the aquarium pump, which is pumping air through. That's just to make sure that the snorkel isn't covered in epoxy. Bug there. So tomorrow everything will pretty much be set. We'll remove all that stuff, and then hopefully the paint will come, and we'll paint it, and then we're just going to let it sit for 2 or 3 days to not only let the epoxy set good, but to let the paint cure, and then we'll reassemble and we'll test it. So that's kind of the plan. But this thing was a bugger. It really was. It's like this. I mean, we have rust. The tank was just gummed up with all kinds of crap, varnish and dirt and rust and all kinds of stuff. It was brutal. So like I say, I used some liquid moly EGR cleaner in there. I've got a bunch of cans of that, so I sprayed that in there, shaked it up. We used simple green, we used muriatic acid, You know, we use soap and really hot water, shaking it up. I didn't use any BBs. I pretty much got everything out of it. BBs are great, but they're hard to get out, and it's kind of a pain. I just didn't need to do it. And at the end, we used some alcohol, just get any water out. And then finally, we just kind of lit it up with a torch. It burned out the alcohol and heated everything up. I kind of burned and peeled the paint, which also helps dry it. And then we gave it a really good wet sand, dried it all off, and then we, like I said, we applied our epoxy on the interior to seal the leaks. And like I say, then it'll get a repaint. This will get painted. This will get painted. Let them set. Maybe I find some touch up, even though it'll probably burn off, just to make it a little pretty. And these pieces, we'll try to straighten it out a little, but I'm kind of thinking about waiting to assembly before I screw with this, mess with it. Here, this thing is just a little bit inward. I'm almost tempted to make the adjustment with something else. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to screw with that too much. But that's the plan. It should be. I've got a new J.C. Higgins decal on order from Old Coleman Parts, $8 with free shipping. And yeah, it's kind of it. I mean, you know, it's about all you can do. I'm not going to go and do any exceptional polishing to make this thing, you know, super bright. It's clean, and to be honest with you, a lot of this portion here is going to be covered by the collar, and you know, there's only so much you can do. I mean, this thing will darken over time anyway. It's super clean. I'm not going to buff it out. It doesn't need it. It's just, you know, it is what it is. These kind of pieces, they're all going to darken up with the heat. It's just that they're clean. I could probably, this one I might hit on the polisher. I might hit a little bit. You know, I mean, some of it's just character. But the main thing is be really, really careful. You're dead in the water if you break that. You can't get replacements. So don't mess it up. I already have one camp light that I had to kind of jimmy rig it to make it so it even works. So I don't want to go there. I'm not even tearing it apart. I know the needle goes up and down. I can blow air through it. It's been soaked. The valve works. So, like I said, that's why I want to make sure that there is no epoxy pulled up in this thing, or I'm dead in the water. It will break that in a heartbeat. I guarantee it. And even putting a drill in there, drilling it down to kind of clear the epoxy doesn't work that great. So the key is just to pour out your excess and then put it to its side. I used to tilt it, but maybe I didn't tilt enough. This time I tilted it good, and I tilted it toward where those, well, where the pinholes were. So it kind of give it a little excess cleaning right there. All right, I'm going to let you go. God bless y'all, and have a wonderful day. Take care.